Happy New Year! Welcome to my channel. You've reached Farm Girl Stitcher. I am Michelle, and you've reached my YouTube channel where I talk mostly about my cross stitch. So welcome. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and a really wonderful New Year's. We had a great holiday, a great New Year's, other than my husband is having some back problems. But other than that, with family, we had a fantastic time. It was very nice. So I'm going to jump right in because I have, oh my gosh, so much to tell you, and I'm gonna try. I'd really like to keep this like 45 minutes or less. So I'm gonna start out with one. Thank you to everyone who sent me cards and gifts. It's very, I'll tell you, it's very overwhelming because I want to be able to send everybody something in return, and I didn't even get my Christmas cards. I got my Christmas cards out. They actually came back to me for additional postage because I put every card that I sent out, and everybody that sent me a card would have gotten a card in return. But I got them all back because I tried to add a little something something in the card, and the post office returned it for additional postage, and I had my daughter take it down to the post office, and they were like the little mini cards. They weren't even like, you know, a regular size, like what is that, A5 envelope. They were smaller than that. And he told her it'd be $3 a piece. Give it a rest. So I didn't send out any Christmas cards this year, which I'm super bummed about. But I'm still growing the bangs out. They're so annoying right now, but I'm anyways, okay, so all of you, thank you who sent me Christmas cards. That was incredibly sweet and kind of you. And so what I've decided to do is that just throughout the year, I'll be sending the stuff out that I wanted to send out and didn't get stitched, and which I'm super bummed about that too. And then I had some things that I'm still waiting on that I ordered a couple things for friends, and they're kind of date sensitive material too, and I ordered them from one shop and never heard anything. I ordered them 2 weeks before Christmas, so I knew it was going to be close, but then I didn't hear anything, and finally emailed them, and they said they were out of stock, which they hadn't charged my credit card yet, but it would have been nice to know, you know, that they were not going to be able to send them to me. So then I had to try and find them at another shop, which I did, and they're on their way, but now they're late. So okay, so I want to show you some things that my sweet, sweet friends that I love so much sent me. So first, Kim from Canada, and she bought this from Cynthia, who is, I'm going to put her Instagram here. She has she has an Etsy shop, and she has all this vintage stuff, and oh my gosh, she has posted pictures of all of her vintage Christmas decorations around the house. Super cute. So go check her out. But she had this, and I actually saw this when she posted it, and I was like, ooh, that's so cute. It's like this little tin, and they're printed. I think they're from like the 70s. They're so cool. And it's this little barn, and I don't know if you can kind of see on the inside, but how cool is that? There's like a whole stinking scene in there. Love this. Love it. Thanks, Kim. And the fun part, I'll be seeing actually both of them in May, which I'm super excited about at the retreat. Then Melanie Smith from Yarns and Threads made all these beautiful tags and sent them out to a bunch of Flosstubers and viewers alike. And this is the one that I got. I love this. But this is super cute. So thank you, Melanie, for thinking of me. This is like super, super sweet. I just love this. These are very cute. I cannot believe she stitched as many as she did. Super sweet. So thank you. And my sweet friend Kathleen, now we were in, there was a group of us that did a little ornament exchange, and Kathleen got me, and she sent me this. How stinking cute is that? And it's, so this is like a wool felt here, and then look at the back. And she always is so good about putting a little tag on it. I am terrible about doing that. But this is just ridiculously adorable. And this is Prairie Schooler, and it's out of the button up, which I'm going to be showing you the pattern. And there is a sale going on that Cindy from Cindy's Cross Stitch, she sent me, which she's the only person I haven't messaged. So normally I'm very good about messaging people if they send me something. She's not on any social media except for YouTube. So Cindy, I got this week, and this is so sweet. Thank you so much. It's this cute little snowman, and look at, she stitched my initial on there. So cute. And then here she sent me these little chip clips, are the cutest thing I have ever seen in my life. And then the backs of them, they're just so adorable. Cindy, I'm like, this was so unexpected, and thank you so much. That was so, so sweet. And then from my sweet friend Lisa, the Kindred Stitcher, now she made me cry a little bit. She sent me, she sent me this sign here. It says, "Life is better on the farm." Can you see that? There. So cute. And then she sent me these cute little ornaments. And those are just sweet. It says, "To Michelle from Lisa." Oh, so good. I always love those. But then she stitched me this. Look at that. I don't know who the designer is, but I love this. And then she put this little key and pin on there. Isn't that so cute? And then, wait, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? And her rickrack is perfection. Everything is perfect about this. I love this. I love it, love it, love it. So pretty. So I have this sitting on my desk at work. At work. I work from home. I'm on my desk downstairs. Okay. And then a while back, after the retreat, Teresa sent me this, and I just forgot to show it in my last video. I have this hanging from my desk lamp at work. And how sweet is this? God, I love a strawberry. Love a wool strawberry like nobody's business. And actually the only other one that I have, it gets downstairs. It's also from Teresa. Okay, so this, she had this sent to me from Terry, the old needle shop. I'm pretty sure that's right. If not, I'll scroll it through here. But she's on Instagram, and she sells things like this in her shop. And I'll put a link to her Instagram below. And she just put a few other goodies in here. Some thread keeps. This was just a sweet thank you for the retreat and raising money for the shelter, which was totally unnecessary. I was incredibly glad to be able to organize that and loved every minute of it. But I was very touched that she sent this to me. But look at how sweet this is. Okay. So there's this cute little strawberry here. I mean, isn't that so sweet? Just super sweet. And thank you so much, Teresa. I love this. It's super pretty. I love having stitch pieces from other people. And then to have it from like 2 other people. Look, now I have this connection with Terry and Teresa. So that was super cool. And then I wanted to show you my daughter. This is my middle daughter. Both my daughters cross stitch. My middle daughter is actually, I got her a little pattern while we were at Galleria of a little Frenchie, and she stitched it and loved it. And she has now stitched quite a few things. So I stitched these for me, and these are just ridiculously cute. And she put them in these little hoops. And she did it all completely on her own. It's this little horse and this little sheep. How sweet is that? And a goat. Isn't that the sweetest thing that she would do that? Oh, she's such a good kid. All of my kids are good kids. But I just love that. So that was super sweet of her. And I think lastly here, so then Lori Textilis, who just posted a video, I could have died. She's her and Lisa like to torture me and send me messages when they're out shopping together and show me all the things that they're seeing without me, which I think is mean. But so they both apparently bought these baskets, and Lori bought me one too. So we all have same. I love this so much. I can't even tell you how much. It's like just narrow little wall basket, and it's got these hooks on the bottom. Lori, I love you, and I love these. I love this so much. And I think I'm going to put, I think Lisa was showing hers, and she said she's going to put like some greenery or something. And I think I'm going to do that too. And I haven't decided if I'm going to hang it in my office or if I'm going to hang it in my bedroom. But I love this. This is just so beautiful. Perfect. So thank you, Lori. I feel very loved, and I feel very appreciative, and to everyone that has sent me cards and reached out to me, and all the beautiful comments from my last video after mentioning my mother-in-law. It was just very kind of all of you. So I'll be working on repaying that kindness throughout the year, because not because I feel like I have to, but because I want to do that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I thought I'd just give you a little bit of life updates, because guess what's coming up? My favorite time of the year, kidding season. It's my favorite thing. Like, I just focus on Thanksgiving, and then after Thanksgiving is Christmas, and it's so exciting, and all the things coming up. And then immediately after Christmas, where everybody else kind of has this, life goes back to normal. For me, it doesn't. For me, it's like I immediately start nesting and preparing for babies. So our first babies are due in 5 to 6 weeks. I do start fairly early. I think my kids, I like having them early. They just do better. But the real reason is because I hate it when all my friends post pictures on Facebook of all their babies, and I don't have any. So I used to kid like mid-March to April, and that used to kill me when all my friends would start posting pictures. So they're on to me now. So everybody's kind of starting earlier. To be honest, Chloe doesn't even look like she's pregnant. So I'm going to do some blood tests this weekend. I just draw those myself. And I'll mail them in and do a pregnancy test on her. And then I always test for a couple diseases every year that you can test through a very simple blood test. We are having a really mild winter, which I love. We've had one day, and that was just a couple days ago, where it got below zero, got about 10 below zero. The animals do fine with that. I mean, it's not ideal, let's be real, but they do fine with that in the barn. I give them extra bedding, lots of extra hay, and they cuddle together. The dogs could care less. Their coats are so incredibly insulated, but the goats do not have the coats that they do, but they're very hardy. And as long as you keep them out of the wind, they do really well. So, and that was fine for them. And so now we're, into the first week of January, and we're still seeing pretty mild temps. In fact, this weekend we're having our January thaw, and it's going to be in the 40s, and it's going to be a muddy, mucky mess. And so spring is just around the corner, and things are going really well. We're good on hay right now. We're good on straw. Life is good. Can't complain about a thing. I wanted to show you, because these are so stinking cute. So I normally, when I put my babies out in the barn, I have these little goat coats that I made. These are years. I mean, I've had these for 10 years. I'm on a fleece. This was out of my fleece stash. So they just wrap around and keep them warm. And they've got little elastic here ties to go around their legs so they don't slip off. And these work great. The only thing I don't like about them is that they're fleece, and they have a layer of cotton batting on the inside, and then I just quilted them. And so if they, dip it in the water bucket, or, lay in a wet spot of pee in the hay or anything, which they do, this is like a sponge, and it's kind of sucks. And they, honestly, they're a little bit big for newborns, and they kind of swim in them. So there's a local company here. They're just down the road in Northfield. And they are now national, but she started here. And I always like to support local small businesses. So it's called UtterTech. And here's the name here, UtterTech. And yes, that is an udder, cow's udder. But she makes all sorts of milk room equipment, aprons, bibs, things like that. And she's got, and calf coats. They make these for calves too. And now she's got them for goat kids. And these are really super nice because they have a layer of thin slate in them, and then they're waterproof. They have these really nice. So I've got 5 so far. I'm going to need probably 10 more or so, but I'm just buying them a couple at a time because they're pretty expensive. They're like $20 a piece. Not cheap, but they're going to last me a lifetime. I know a lot of people who have used them and they get rave reviews. So if you have goat kids, looking to keep them warm, these are fantastic. They don't need these, but it makes me feel better. So, okay, now we're going to go on to giveaway winners. One little tidbit. Vicky, my winner from the last video, I messaged you back on your comment on the last video. I know you messaged me your address. I think you did it on Instagram, and it got buried with all the comments I get from my stories and just messages from people. So if you could send that again, I'm going to, could email me. That would be great. I'm gonna have people email me instead of sending me Messenger or Instagram messages, because I do Instagram stories, and if people comment, just get lost. And if I don't know your Instagram name, I can't find them again. So, if you could just message me again, I'm so sorry that it's taken that long, and I will get that out in the mail to you. Then, I have from my last video, I have these two. To Horse Country Holiday, and one of those is going to go to Lynn Bensick, I think it is Lynn, Lynn Bensick, Bencic. So if you could email me your address, down below will be my email. And the other went to Ann Shaw. Ann, your comment was very touching. So sorry to hear about your mother. Anne has been a faithful commenter for, I think as long as I've been doing Flosstube, and also has goats. We have a lot in common. So, so I'm glad that one of these will be going to you. So, Merry Christmas to the two of you, and I'll get those off to you just as soon as I hear from you. And, so I finally went and inventoried all of my charts, because I can't seem to remember. I can't even tell you how many times in the past couple months I've bought the same chart twice. It makes me crazy. So I have, and I've just decided when I do that, I'm just going to give them away. Like, you're just going to be the recipient of that air. So I have up for grabs here Prairie Schooler. This is Good Saint Nick, and this is this is the old classic heavy cardstock chart, not the new one. So this is nice, cute. And all I want you just to comment below how you ring in the new year. If you would like a copy, if you would like this copy. So just comment below what you did to bring in the new year, and then I'll have that for you guys next time. So while I before I put all my Christmas stuff away, so I have not put my Christmas stuff away. I really like having the Christmas stuff out, and I'm not in a rush to put it away. But I thought I would show you my my shepherd's bush stockings. So I did the first one I did for my oldest daughter. She's now 26, so I did this one probably when she was like maybe 2. And some of these, they're all missing charms of some sort because we do use them. I just stitched these in DMC years and years ago. But yeah, so, and then here is Madeline's. And I love hers. Hers is so sweet. This little angel is stitched, like the hair is, it's done in wool and it's all French knots. Can you see that? Isn't that cute? So that's hers. And Joshua's. And this sheep is missing something. That's his. And I did not get Alexi's done. I'm going to be starting that over. I'm going to use a different floss for the angel. If you remember, I'll show you some other time. But I have stitched one for my grandson. I actually did this the year he was born, and he's now 7. But I don't feel like I can give him one and not give his sister one. So this is Aiden's. And then I have the one for Alexis, and it will be getting done this year. I have another super oldie. This is also another Cricut collection. I did this one back in the day. I actually have 2 of them, but the other one has a little bit of damage to it, and I need to fix it. But yeah, circa 1990 right here. I don't know why I don't have cute samplers like everybody else does, because in the 90s, I was busy stitching teddy bears. That's right. I stitched this for Madeline. I also made her crib bedding, and this all matchy-matchied. So, lots of back stitching and shading, and isn't it cute? So, that's what I was all into in the 90s. And I will show you what's behind me here. So in my last video, I showed you the pillow that I was working on. This is a buttermilk basin pattern, and I did do it on the wool. And then I backed it with just some Christmas fabric, which I thought was perfect colors, right? And then I stuffed this one. I found this cotton batting, which is amazing. Okay, so it's dense. It's really dense. And it's not stuffed super tight. It's just the nature of the fiber. And this is what it is. It's called Sweet Dreams, 100% cotton stuffing. So it is not inexpensive. You can expect to pay for a small bag like this $10. And this was, you know, half the bag. It's almost like it's rolled. It's very different. I don't know how to explain it really. And it does, you do have to still loft it, which is the, you know, tearing into little pieces. Otherwise it gets really clumpy. I tried not to, and it just did not work. And it's almost like it's stuck together in sheets. But you can see it's pretty much what you would expect of cotton. And you can see it's got little bits of, it's a raw cotton, and it's got little bits of, you know, the cotton hull and stuff still in there. But I really like it. I really like it. I just am not a fan of polyfill. I don't really use it. I like sawdust, but sawdust is super messy. And I will say that this is kind of messy too. But I like how dense it is. So everything that I'm showing you is has been stuffed with that. I think I bought 3 bags to stuff all these, and that's all I have left. With just these items that I did here. Next is Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread. Isn't that pretty? The pattern is not called Frosty. I don't remember what it's called, but then I backed it with this really pretty fabric that I got at Country Sampler, because the reds just kind of go perfect together. I just thought that was really pretty. I'm kind of a purist. I have a hard, like, I get it done and I just love the simplicity of it. I do like, you know, I do like some trim and some different things, but sometimes I just like, I've left these all plain. I'm not really sure what to do with them. Maybe sometime I'll put something on them, but for right now, I just kind of wanted to get them done and I kind of just like them plain. Next one, I'm pretty sure this is December 25th. I'm pretty sure this is Stacy Nash Primitives. This is a few years old, this chart. And I did stitch it a few years ago. And this one I think I did the year before last and just never got it FFO'd. And interestingly enough, okay, so this red fabric, it goes with everything. It was the perfect red for this red because it's kind of variegated. You can see it. You can just, isn't that nice? It's like the perfect red. It's just the perfect primitive red. That's just sweet. Next is, this is Farmstead Christmas, and this is by Plum Street Sampler. This conversion, I did the stitching in DMC, but the fabric conversion is another Country Sampler conversion. When I saw this a couple years ago on Instagram, somebody had been there and posted this, and she hadn't even stitched it, just the kit, and I was like, that is brilliant. I love it. And so this is a picture of this plus Murky, and I just think it looks fantastic. And then I also bought the fabric there, and I thought that this fabric went great with it. And this is so pretty. I love this. And this is actually, I think this is the same one that they have this model stitched in the shop, and they did it all in overdyes, and I'm pretty sure that they have the same fabric on there. It's just perfect. Love that one. And then my Horse Country Holiday Sal, I finished that one. So this is Artful Offerings Horse Country Holiday, and again, same red. It goes, I'm telling you, it goes with absolutely everything. And then I backed it in that too, and this is stuffed with the cotton. I just love it. It's like so dense. And then I put this little, this is velvet. So Deb, Kathy, and I each bought a roll. It was down in the sale item. So they had 3 different colors down there. We each bought one, and then we divided it up between the 3 of it because it was like something crazy, like 10 yards or something crazy like that. I don't know if it was that much, but so then we each got some, and this is just perfect, and I love this. This is like right up there in my book with like one of my all-time favorite stitches ever. I don't know, and I've heard everybody that has stitched it has said the same thing. It's just like so enjoyable to stitch. I don't know what it is about it. I did kind of the Country Sampler conversion. I did get their conversion, and then I didn't have a couple of the colors of floss, so I just substituted with other overdyes. Their fabric choice, I chose to use, this is Picture This Plus, Brash. It was gifted to me, and, so I wanted to be able to use that. And I love this. This is just one of my favorites. I think it's so sweet. Then I wanted to show you just one of the sweet things that I got. So I collect vintage cookie jars. They're a particular brand, and they're farm animals. And this is not in that line, but he is just super cool, and he goes great with my other cookie jars, and he is just the cutest. Look at how grumpy he is. So he's just the cutest thing ever. I love this. And this is about like the same size as all my other cookie jars, and he's just going to fit in with the herd perfectly. So let me show you a few other things that I finished but have not completely finished. I want to say this is Scarlet House. If it's not, I'm going to scroll across here. What this is Jingle All the Way. It's showing up, this fabric is showing up much brighter than it really is. But it says Jingle All the Way, and it's done in silks, and I love silk on this dark fabric because it just has kind of a shimmer and a sheen to it that you can't get with DMC, and it's beautiful. And neither one of these, it only calls for 2 colors. Neither one of these are the called for colors. I just pulled what I had in my stash. And then the fabric, because everybody always asks me what this fabric is. I have no idea. It is the called for color. Next, this is not cross stitching, but it is stitching. So I have been working on, this is the vintage Truck Through the Year series from Buttermilk Basin. And I haven't been working on stitching them. I've been working on collecting the kits. So I got this kit last time I was there. Actually, I got a different kit, but I had this in my stash too. So I thought I would get working on it. I'm almost done with all the decorative stitches, and then I just have to do the button stitch around the final piece, the final matte piece, and then that one will be done, and it almost is done. So they're so cute. They're just adorable. Okay, and then the reason for my video is I posted on Instagram earlier, so if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen it. I am proposing a challenge for the year. I have a lot of whips right now. I have some samplers that I really want to get finished, and I want to do them before I start anything else. And the list of things I want to start is long. So I really need to put a dent in some of these. So I have a plan to stitch. Technically it's going to be 10, but for sure 9 of them by the end of the year. And I'm not going to start, when I finish a sampler, then I can start another. I would love for you to join with me. I have posted some information about it in the Facebook group, and I created an album with all my whips there, and then I posted on Instagram. So on Instagram, just use the hashtag Stitch9Challenge. And if you could tag me in the post, that'd be great. That way I can follow your progress too. I'm loving how many people are either stitching the same things that I'm stitching, or some of the things that they're stitching are also other whips of mine, or they're in my stash. And it really does give you motivation, because you see few people now that are stitching American Sampler, which is also in my pile, and they're much farther along than I am, and it's very inspiring because I want to get that done, and it's really cool when someone's ahead of you to be able to see that. But just that other people are doing it, and you see other people, you're like, oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. So without further ado, I give you my 2019 Stitch 9 Challenge projects. And there's actually going to be 10, not 9. Because this one, to be honest, I just didn't feel like taking it off the Q-Snap when I posted the pictures. So I had to have 9 to post on Instagram. But this was actually in one... Julie from Gulf Coast Stitches, she kind of called me out on it anyways because it's pretty much done. So it kind of felt like cheating. I'll show you in just a minute. Okay, so this one is In Heaven and Nature Sing, Kathy Barrick. Love Kathy Barrick. This is like beyond beautiful. I'm just doing it in DMC. She is brilliant with color. I mean, just absolutely, this is so stunning. I'm really enjoying this. I don't know why it's taken me this long, because this is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at the colors. I'm doing all the trees right now. And so I should finish those this weekend, no problem. And then I just need to come back around and do the head. So I'm almost done in here. I just have that big tree and then fill in these with white. And then I just have to come back, do the head, this motif, and the antlers and that little verse, and then it's done. I mean, I'm so close on this one. I'm definitely having this framed. It is gorgeous. Love it. Love that one. And the next one is my cheat piece, and this is one, really, I mean, I'm almost done with it. Ain't no big thing. I can finish this, no problem. So this is my Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. I could have easily finished it this year, but I powered it out, and then I just lost my momentum when I made these final mistakes here. So I just have a few things, a few piddly little things to do, like here and some berries up here, and just finished that lettering and inside the corners here, and that's done. It's like literally not even, you know, an hour or two of stitching. Next is my Prairie Schooler Barnyard Christmas. These were a mania start, I think, maybe in 2016. I got 2 done. I think I got 1 done in 2016, 1 in 2017. But I'm going to finish those this year. Because I want them hanging on my tree. Next, this comes mostly out of necessity because a new series is coming out, and I can't possibly start that without having this finished. So this is the Farmhouse Christmas series by Little House Needleworks. I have these left to go, and I just have 3 finished. And I'm doing them all on one piece, and I'm doing them, this is just, I think it's a 32 count natural linen, or is it a 28 count? It's a 28 count. And super cute. And I'm doing the border, a little border that's available on the website. Those little white borders, I don't know why, but they just trick me up. I have the hardest time with them. So that is next. And then Diane, Little House Needleworks, has a another series coming out, and it's so cute. And of course, I'm on auto ship for that. And I'm doing that with Trisha from 3 Owls Threads. I think it's still open. So I'll post a link to her Facebook group below. And then she just has a Google Doc. You fill that out. Hillside Samplings. This is the Tree of Life sampler. I started this one for Mania. And it is, the model is stitched on an uneven weave, which is why that is square and mine is not. But that's super cute, and I should be able to finish that no problem here. So there's that. And then next is Blackbird Designs, Feliz Navidad. Gorgeous. And here's my progress. I love this very, very, very much. My problem is every letter is a different color, and I tend to like large blocks of colors. And so that I can just kind of sit and mindless stitch. So once I get through that alphabet, there's another alphabet. Oh, there's another alphabet. And everything is a different color. And then there's another alphabet. This won't be so bad because it's bigger. And then I can go on to the motifs. I'm just afraid if I get that border all done, like I could whip out that border, but then I don't know. And I always do the hard stuff first so that I have something to look forward to. Otherwise, if I left that, it'd probably never get finished if I left that stuff till the end. Next is Plum Street Sampler, American Sampler. I love this. I'm loving seeing everybody's progress on Instagram, and so many people are stitching it, and they're way farther than me, and it is motivating me. So actually, I pulled this out the other day to work on it, and I had to frog. I had the whole top border done, and I didn't realize there was an error in it. So I had to take out from where the flag is supposed to be all the way over. That one hurt a little bit, but I'm back at it, ready to go. And it's just so pretty. Next is the Summer Schoolhouse series by Brenda Gervais. Lessons in Abecedarian. How cute is that? So I have the big one here done, and this one stitched, and this one started. And so I really just those two left. Oh, and then the little horn book, and I did buy the finishing kit. So I'll be doing all of that. Oh, and then there's a cute little strawberry too. And so there's my progress on that. And then this is the last one here. Can you see that all? There. And this is stitched one thread. This is a 28 count Cashel Platinum. And it's so, I have done a few things on the Mushroom Lugana too. And I don't mind the count, and I don't mind doing 1 over, no, this is 1 over 1 on 28 count, sorry. So this is, let me see if I can zoom in on that. Okay. So this is 1 thread over 1 fabric thread on 28 count. Pretty tiny. I don't have a problem with doing that at all. I don't care much for the Lugana, to be honest. I like it on the linen. It's not quite as even and perfect looking, but I don't mind that. It's, once you're done, it's perfect. I love it. Next, this was a one of the Dying to Stitch club kits. This is Blackbird Design Summer Garden. How pretty is it? This is super fun because it's actually stitched one thread over 2 for real this time on a 32 count, which normally you wouldn't do that. But the coverage is, it's very pretty. It's so soft. It's so feminine. It's just all the pinks and all the spring. And I have, I recently worked on this and got pretty much all of this done in here. So it goes pretty fast. And it's very sweet. And next is, this is Barbara Anna, Love Never Fails. I've seen a couple people that are doing this in their 9 too. That's super cute. I just love how kind of ghastly looking they are, and an Adopt-A-Whip kind of situation off of Instagram. It was Beth the Off-Road Knitter. That's what she is on Instagram. I think she wasn't liking the fabric color and the count, so I'm pretty sure she bought a lighter color and a 40 count. But I love this. This is, I'm pretty sure this is the called for linen. I didn't buy it. There's no tag on it. So, I don't know. But the fabric, the chart calls for a dirty linen. And I think this is it. I've never used dirty linen. But I love her on it. I think it's so pretty. Full disclosure, this is all of Beth's stitching except for this right here. As I got it that complete. So super sweet. So I am totally going to have this done. I don't think that that's not doable. And it stitches up very nicely and quickly because it's on 32 count. And I love it. Next is Carriage House Samplings. And this is the Village of Hawkrun Hollow. Now I am, I'm not setting a goal to finish this whole thing, which it would be great, but I am setting a goal to get 4 more houses done, and that will get me 9. Ideally, I'd like to finish it. I just don't know that that's realistic. These houses, you know, they take longer than one would think. But this is my progress so far. So I have 5 done. And I'm stitching this on a 40 count vintage maple sugar by Lakeside Linen. I love this fabric. I love this whole thing. There's nothing I don't love about this project. So what I don't love about it, it's not done. That's what I don't love. Okay, so last one. This is, and I apologize, it's no longer available. It's an out of print chart. It will never be in print again. It went bye-bye with Norden Crafts when they went under. It is a with thy needle and thread, but it was exclusively distributed by Northern Crafts. And it was a mystery sal, a 3-part mystery sal. It's called Birds of a Feather. And how pretty is that? And I started this for Stitch Mania and haven't touched it since. So there's my start. And that's it. Stitching this on Vintage Pearl Barley. And I think it calls for 36 count. This is a 40. But that is going to be pretty. And so I'm keeping those. So this, let me just show you. This was my Holiday-With bag. Or my tote. So this is a canvas tote. I got it at Joann's. I really like, I was using a basket and it just, like a big basket, metal basket, just wasn't working for me. I really like this. This is all the stuff that, the Christmas stuff that I had, that is retiring while I work on my 9. And, I had some gems in here too. Got some gems. Things that I really want to stitch and that I really want to get done. So, my Christmas bag is going away until next Christmas. I do, and I am a seasonal stitcher, so it's kind of hard for me to stitch things that are seasonal out of the season. I just went to Joann's, and they have some of their seasonal stuff out, but they did have their bags, and I got this cutie patootie. So this is a pretty big tote, and this has my 9 in it, and I also put my Buttermilk Basin project totes in there, and then this sits either in my bedroom or the living room, wherever I am. And then I also got one, and then I got this smaller one, and this is housing my knitting project bags, and it's got this cute sassy little cow, and so I have some fun things in here. Okay, and so I'm going to show you some things that, like, are really, really super calling to me. This one is adorable. I've seen lots of people stitch this. I see it on Instagram a lot. And I found this kit. Got this from Kathy at the Inspired Needle at Galleria. So she brought these with. She had, I think, 2 or 3 left. I think actually Teresa just showed this, and she said she found one at Stitchville, which is crazy because I would have snapped that up had I seen it, of course. And of course she said she found it like hiding on the floor. And so I found it at Galleria. Had to go all the way to Missouri to find it when it was at my own shop, but I just didn't see it. But it's the whole kit, and it is just stinking adorable. And so I want to get that one done. Like, I want to get this done exactly as it calls for. And I love this kind of cream. Look at that. I mean, isn't that so pretty? I can't wait to stitch this. Oh, I love it. Okay, next, Pink Sparrow. I've seen this a couple times. I see it all over Instagram, but I've seen it a couple times in person. So, Deb, when I went to visit her in Iowa, she's got it hanging up on the wall, and it's gorgeous. The colors are just so soft and pretty. Valentine sampler. This is another one that I really, really want to get working on. This has been in my stash for a while, and it's so pretty. And then, you know, I've been wanting to stitch this forever and a day. I think I mentioned in my first video. So this is Prairie Schooler Village Green. It was an out of print chart for a long time. This was my unicorn chart. But then I found it, and that's the one I want to stitch. So I stitched Harvest Time, and this is a companion piece of that. And then I'll stitch this one as well, because that's crazy cute. Love that. And Christmas in My Heart. Now, Carol just showed this Saltbox Stitcher. She's got it all kitted up. I saw it when I was at Country Sampler and fell in love with it. I saw it on their website first, but then saw it in person, and it is beautiful. And I have had this chart for years and years and years, and I have been dying to stitch it. I'm going to show it because this is no longer available. But let me just show you a piece of that. This is a hand-drawn chart, so it is a mess. It's not going to be easy to see. But I'll just do it in little bits, get it done. Okay, Carriage House sampling. I've had this kitted forever and a day. Mr. and Mrs. Abbott and Daughters. I've seen this a couple times on Instagram too. I'm going to stitch it. I've seen it several times just stitched together where they're facing each other, and that's what I'm going to do. I love this. The Jeanette Douglas English Rose Sampler. The floss in here is amazing. Those colors, amazing. So I really, really, really want to start this. This is beautiful. This has been on my list forever. I dyed fabric especially for it. And the thing that was holding me back is the floss. I did not want to do it in DMC. And this is the silk list. And it's a Vera Soie, I think it is. I think that's what that stands for. So I'll have to take it to Stitchville. I'm sure Deb will be able to. I'm sure she probably carries all the floss. Look at that. This is the Sweet Tempered Sampler. I love the verse on here. It says, "Let your temper be as sweet as a daisy at your feet. Be as gentle, be as mild as a modest, humble child." I love that verse. It's so sweet. I love the border on this. Is so pretty. And gotta love a house. So I really want to get that done. And then last but not least is Martha Puzzy, the Scarlet House. And I bought this from off a Stash Unload from Nicole, who stitched it. And to be honest, it's like when someone that you admire as a stitcher and if you can get their chart, that's good karma. Just know that. If they've completed it, you know, if they throw it in the garbage and sell their pattern, I don't know. That might not have such good karma, but this one, I know it's got good karma, which means my borders will meet. So I'm really looking forward to doing that. I have some stash enhancement to share. So I was on Stash Unload. Now this was a while back, and there was this drawn thread pattern here, and so I'm pleased. And the seller, whose name is Janice, messaged me and said she wanted to send it to me because she appreciates me doing Flosstube videos. So thank you so much, Janice. That was very kind of you. Very not necessary at all. I'm happy to pay for my purchases. But what I really loved about this, it kind of goes with my my Dobo little kids that I showed you last time. I just wanted to stitch that to go in there. Okay, and next I have this is Peppermint and Holly. This is with a needle and thread. How cute is that? And then I did buy a couple different fabrics. It calls for Twilight, which is this. I am bound and determined. I am gonna break my black fabric fast. Sorry about the big giant dog hair. Just goes with the territory around here. Boy, when it's on black fabric, you really see it. So I got this one. This is Twilight. So pretty. And then this one is, oh, this one, these are different counts. This is gunmetal in a 30 count and gunmetal in a 36 count. So you can see the smaller count picks up a little bit darker, which is to be expected. Not much darker, but a little bit. I really like the Twilight. That's what this calls for. But then I bought the wrong count. Yes, I don't know why I don't own this. I mean, I do now, but I don't know why I didn't before. Because I would see it all the time and think I had to have it. And then I kept forgetting to buy it. Oh, and that was Merry Wishes. It's a With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. So cute, isn't it? And next is Plum Street Samplers, French woolens. This has been on my wish list forever and a day, and I was just like, forget it. Buy it. How cute is that? They're like little wool blankets. They're so cute. Next is Plum Street Sampler Autumn Salt Boxes too. I mean, who hasn't? They're so cute. And once I'm done with my Let Heaven and Nature Sing, I'll be doing Repeat the Sounding Joy. Look at how pretty that is. I saw that stitched. Where did I see that stitched? I don't remember. Was it Country Sampler maybe? I don't know. But boy, was it pretty. So pretty. Here's my button up. Had to buy the new one. It was kind of depressing. I'd much rather have the cardstock version, but I'm just glad to have it. Cute, right? Carriage House Samplings. How cute is that? Reindeer feed sack stitched on gingham. I bought the fabric too. I had to buy the sheep as well. And I got the gingham for that. And this is so funny because this is, it says Hawker and Hollow Farm on it. I love that. Bright needle pattern. This one I actually had to buy from a seller in Australia, and then it was missing for like a month, and I finally messaged her. She refunded my money, and then 2 days later it came. So I paid her, and I was happy to have that. This was an Etsy purchase. I think I saw this on Instagram, and it was so cute. How adorable is that? And this one, because I didn't have it. Pretty, right? And then from a very, very sweet Miss Abby Bella Stitch. You've seen her stitch this, and now I'm going to stitch it. So she sent this to me. That was so nice. And in return, I'm sending her Halloween Garden primitive needle. So Abby, this will be going out in the mail to you on Monday. I had a little bit of a hard time finding it, but so this is an out of print chart, but there it is. Very cute, as is this one. So thanks, Abby. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you join along. Use the hashtags. Follow me on Instagram. And then make sure, or if you're already following me, then tag me so that I can follow you if I'm not already and I can find you. There will be a cash prize, probably like a $50 gift certificate at the end of the year. Everyone who has finished all of theirs. So you have to post pictures. They do not have to be whips. You can have new starts in there. It just has to be 9 projects. If it's a quilting project, I don't really care. Just stitch with me. And I mean, you can't do 9 quilting projects, but you know what? If you want to throw a quilting project or 2 in there, go for it. So I have mentioned several times on my videos, I'll post a link below again to the Midwest Cross Stitchers group. At this time, the May retreat is completely full. I have the last payment is on the way. We know what the kits are. We know what we need to order. There's lots of surprises. I can't wait for that. And I'm just looking forward to spending a weekend with Priscilla and Chelsea. It's going to be so much fun. It's just going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. So many of my friends are going to be there, and it's just going to be loads of fun. So if you want to go, there is a wait list. At this time, it's full, so it is a proper wait list. But, you know, put your name on there because you just never know. October retreat, there's no wait list. Like I said, I have had probably, every time I mention the retreat, I get people that want to know how to get into the October one. It's the same. I don't do any special favors for anyone. I just don't operate like that. I like to be a straight shooter. So when I post the wait list on the Facebook group, I go in and, you know, I tell them that I've sent a private message when I've received their payment. So you can see if you're on the list exactly where you are. You can see if you're next, if you're 5 down, if you're 10 down, you're able to see that. It's full disclosure. I guess that's all I have. So just appreciate you watching. I always appreciate you giving me the thumbs up and mostly your comments. Really, really love your comments. Especially my last video. I mean, some of you made me cry. You guys are very, very sweet. Read some of the comments because they're very heartwarming about why people watch. And, you know, a lot of people don't have family close, or husbands traveling, family away, and we become your stitching family. So thanks for spending an hour or so with me, and I hope to see you soon. Have a great weekend. Bye. Hey y'all, you're in for a special treat, because guess where I am? I'm at Buttermilk Basin for Small Business Saturday. And Stacy is actually here. So I thought I'd show you. This is just the Christmas room, and her stuff is so amazing.
Oh, who is that handsome man? How cute is this place?